95% of them motherfuckers is coming from South America over the border is trying to get away from all that bullshit. Raping, killing, pillaging, murder, drug trafficking. They trying to get the fuck away from it. That's why they coming here. So, like, man, can't fuck this shit. Hey, let's get the hell out of here. These fuckers are crazy, man. They done chopped off Miguel's head last week because they seen him talking to the police, and he was just asking for the directions. Who the fuck wants to be in that bullshit? You got a 13-year-old girl who started developing, these motherfuckers coming around talking about, ooh, she looking kind of right. All right, we'll be back for her ass. So, choice you got is stay there, have your daughter snatched up and taken to a sex farm and repeatedly abused for the rest of her life, or your son pulled into a damn drug gang, and if he don't obey, he might get his head blown off. That's their choice. Or the final choice, live in poverty and suffering, can't drink the water because parasites all in the shit because there's no water treatment facilities in some of these places. No modern technology or hospitals or educational locations. So, I mean, shit, I want a better life. It ain't here. America talking about, land of milk and honey, land of refugees. Fuck, I'm a refugee. But then when they get here, no. Stay your ass down there. You bringing crime and the disease and you rapists and you murderers. See, that's all fear tactics. To scare you into believing that this motherfucker can save you or prevent the bad things from happening, and he's gonna make sure the crime doesn't get out of control. That's all bullshit. That's game. That's game. He running. All that is for political purposes only. Any of these motherfuckers out here follow the fucking money. Any of them talking that shit, you best believe is some serious dollars behind it. And that's the reason why they running that bullshit. And see, they gonna say we can bring back law and order and everything's gonna be great when we do this. Bullshit. All right? Bullshit. It is a time that the people have got to start taking care of themselves and tell these governments and politicians to go fuck themselves. Because we've been backing your ass for fucking centuries, expecting y'all to do the right thing, and it always ends up to the same shit. You throw us a couple of fucking crumbs, you get your payoff on the back end, and then you forget that we even fucking exist until it's election time. Then it's same thing. Here's some crumbs. Shut the fuck up. Get your ass down there to the polling place. Vote for my ass so I can give you some more crumbs when it come time for a re-election. And that's the only time them motherfuckers seem like they want to do something for you. They throw you them crumbs around election time. Case in point, now they want to turn Juneteenth into a federal holiday. Fucking crumbs. If that shit meant that much, if they thought that much about it, they could have did this motherfucker back in the 90s. They could have did that back in the 80s. They could have did that back in the 70s, the 60s, the 50s, the 40s, the 30s, the 20s. I mean, damn, how long we been freed from slavery? And y'all just now want to recognize it as a holiday? The fuck up out of here. The only reason why y'all recognizing it because we've been out here marching and protesting. And then when they started tearing shit up, that's when y'all figured we need to throw these niggas crumbs. So they sit their ass down and stop tearing shit up. And here's your crumb. This is the crumb we gonna give you. Here you go, boy. We gonna give you this little crumb right here. Now you shut the hell up and you be thankful that we gave you something. We gave you a holiday. Yeah, whoop-de-fucking-do. Whoop-de-fucking-do. I get a holiday, but you still putting your knee in my neck and your foot in my ass. You still putting bullets in the back of my fucking back as I'm walking away or running away from your ass. So, giving me a fucking holiday is not really helping. Especially if I ain't got no fucking job. What the hell a holiday mean to me? Nothing but another damn day. I'm not getting no paid holiday time off. I'm already time off. I'm struggling now trying to find employment. So you tell me that we're going to give you a day off. That's supposed to help me out. Tell that to the fucking landlord. Tell that to the light company. Tell that to the gas company. Tell that to the grocery store. I ain't got no money, but they gave me a day off and gave us a holiday, so hook me up. Yeah, right. You ain't getting shit. You going to be homeless, cold, in the dark, and hungry. Thinking that that little crumb of a holiday they gave us is supposed to mean something that's going to make some financial bonanza happen because they gave us a holiday. We should be thankful we have a holiday. We've arrived. We've fought racism and we have quelled racism. It doesn't exist no more because why? They recognized Juneteenth and gave us a damn holiday. Whoop-de-fucking-do. All the while we sitting up here being reminded of all the racism and the slavery take place in this country because all these damn statues and monuments, y'all want to get y'all ass up on your shoulders because we don't want to look at that shit no more. You should be all for that shit. Y'all the motherfuckers walking around talking about, well, why should we be responsible for what our ancestors did? I didn't own any slaves. Just because my great grandfather owned slave doesn't mean I believe in it. This, that, and other. Because you quietly sit by and allow racist shit to happen in this country and don't speak up. You act like this shit don't exist. But it does exist. And we dealing with it on a daily basis. So you should be the first one speaking up, since you don't believe in racism and you think it was wrong and this, that, and the other, and just because your ancestors did it doesn't mean that you should be paid for their mistakes. Well, then speak up about these fucking racist ass statues of the slave owners and the ones who decided that Lincoln wanted to free us. Oh, fuck that. We gonna take over the government, put these motherfuckers right back in chains and whoop their ass and get to rape the women as we see fit, or boys. Don't act like homosexuality wasn't taking place during slavery and them slave masters wasn't going out there and bending over little kids and fucking them up the ass. Let's not even pretend like that shit didn't happen because we know it did. And that's the reality of their history in this country. That's real reality. So like I said, peep they fucking game because they trying to run game on you again with this bullshit. Because we don't need them. We can solve it ourselves. We can solve our own problems. We do that by getting organized. If we can organize a rally, a march, a demonstration, then we can fix this shit ourselves. One of the ways we can do that is restructure how our community operates. First thing we need to do is create our own hood currency so we can eliminate that income inequality and spend money in our own neighborhood with our own people so that we don't have to beg these motherfuckers for a nickel. And when they fuck up the economy like they do, we ain't got to suffer from that shit because we will have a stable community-based currency to maintain. And we won't fall through the cracks of poverty anymore because we'll be able to restructure our communities to not have poverty play a factor in how we live in our community. And see, with that hood currency, we can create community-based employment. That means employment in the neighborhood you live in. Fuck going all the way on the other side of town to go work in some bullshit-ass factory where they mistreat you, abuse you, and give you shitty-ass working conditions and then try to work you like a damn slave only to give you some little crumb-ass damn paycheck at the end of the week after they took out whatever they need to take out for company insurance and this, that, and the other. And then the federal government got to come in and get their cut. Then the state government got to come in and get their cut. And by the time you get your check, you 25-30% less of what you should have been earning. So we create community-based employment. You work in the neighborhood you live in. Now the question is how you do that. Off-grid energy, period. That's how we create community-based employment. That's how we back our community currency. We start producing energy, off-grid, renewable, green energy in our neighborhoods. Now, it ain't that expensive for the motherfuckers in the neighborhood to put in $20 a pop and we should be able to buy up some solar panels and a couple of wind turbines and designate an area and put them motherfuckers up and start producing that energy and selling that shit either on the renewable energy market, where it's a credit that we can sell to corporations that offset their carbon footprint, or we sell that shit directly back to the fucking power company as stated by law, and they can either give it to us as credit or they can give it to us as cash, but either way, it can back our own currency so we don't have to rely on gold or whatever bullshit standard they using for the U.S. currency, because it's not backed by gold. And if anybody think it is, you a fucking fool. The U.S. currency is not backed by gold. It's backed by man-powered labor. They have calculated how many hours of labor they get out of each individual from birth to death. And that's how they back the money now to determine how much our currency is worth, is backed by the labor of the people that we gonna sell. Yeah, ain't that some shit? Yeah, whole lot of love there, ain't it? Anyway, fuck them. So, like I said, community-based employment, off-grid energy, both of those will reshape and restructure our communities that include us in it. It will improve our lives. It'll be our shit. And it'll be for the people, by the people, and of the people. And no more of this waiting on big rich motherfuckers. Yeah, we're coming to put a factory in your city, and it's going to have 150 jobs. Except it takes 4 years for you to build a fucking factory, because it's got a year of environmental studies, a year of financial and studies, and then a year of negotiation and planning and board, this, that, and other, then a year of paying off motherfuckers and this, that, and the other, and breaking ground, and then you still looking at possibly a year to 2 years before they even finish building the fucking facility. Now, you come in with 150 jobs, you get all kind of tax breaks and hookups from the city and local government, but the city is sitting up there with 30, 40,000 unemployed. So that 150 jobs ain't going to do shit for the majority of the people walking around going, well, I still ain't got no jobs, so 150 jobs don't mean shit. Even if you come in and said 1,500 jobs, that still ain't shit. If you got 20,000 people unemployed and some company comes in with 1,500 jobs, shit, that still leaves 17,500 without a fucking job. So how is that helping them? It ain't. Like I said, peep they game. Follow the fucking money, and you can literally figure out any game or line of bullshit that the politicians and corporations is trying to run under you. Follow the fucking money. Now, another way we can solve our own problems that we don't need these motherfuckers to is create our own community protection and safety patrol using the latest technology equipment. And what I mean straight up simply is we have our own private neighborhood security. Recruit the niggas in the neighborhood. Recruit the men in your neighborhood. Recruit the women in your neighborhood. Recruit people from your neighborhood to protect and patrol your neighborhood. Make sure that they are all legally licensed to carry a firearm. But one twist to it. They carry 2 clips. 1 clip, rubber bullets. 1 clip, lethal ammunition if necessary. So you got the rubber bullet in the gun. All right? And you patrol the neighborhood. All right? Motherfucker look like they want to get buck wild with, some firepower. You can pull out some firepower, but it's non-lethal. Motherfucker don't know if a gun shooting a rubber bullet or a real bullet until the motherfucker get hit. So if you pull out your piece and you got rubber bullets and you start blasting that motherfucker that's trying to blast at you, at the very minimum, you'll get that motherfucker off you and you'll make that motherfucker duck for cover, because he don't know if them real bullets just going to put a hole in his ass. And like I said, once you get him off you, or, get in a position where you can cover yourself up and, protect yourself, if it's still kicking on and the motherfucker is still trying to blast your head off, and you see that he determined, or he or she or they are determined to end your life, and you have to respond